still praying. I know I said I would I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Oh, Tessa, stop. I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming, you know.
In case it slipped past you, a troubling update just surfaced regarding YNW Melly's bond situation. He's been granted bond for only one of the 6 charges he's facing, a fact that's raising eyebrows. Melly has spent 2,295 days behind bars without a conviction or even bond, despite a prior mistrial. When court documents revealed his $500,000 bond, it sparked a wave of cautious optimism, even prompting his mother to speak out with hope outside the courtroom. His loan bond was ultimately approved thanks to a detailed bond package. Melly appeared in court to hear the judge deliver the decision in person. Good morning. This is the state of Florida versus Jamel Demons. Present is Mr. Demons. Mr. Demons, can you hear us? Echoed in the courtroom. Melly's attorneys submitted a proposal offering an unspecified bond amount to be covered by his record label, 300 Entertainment. They pledged that, if released, Melly would remain under house arrest, wear an ankle monitor, and be monitored by 24/7 private security. The offer was so compelling, it even inspired a fellow rapper to respond. That boy Melly's coming home. I can feel it, one rapper declared, sensing the momentum shift. But just as the judge asked prosecutors if they had any objections before releasing Melly, things took a dark turn. In a disturbing move, the prosecution introduced new documents aiming to try Melly and his ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton alongside co-defendant YNW Bortland in the next trial. The reason behind this joint trial request is particularly unsettling.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found.
It's pretty straightforward. If YNW Bortland is innocent, he won't sit back and accept a life sentence without a fight. This increases the chances he'll turn on YNW Melly, pointing the blame his way. However, the prosecutor's strategy isn't random. It's a direct response to something Melly's legal team did in the original trial. What many don't know is that Melly's attorneys already tried to place the entire blame on Bortland back then.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar, and you don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies, car riddled with. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland.
Melly's own defense team dropped a bombshell, claiming that it was actually YNW Bortland who lied to federal authorities. They even pointed out that Bortland had gunpowder residue on his hands, a clear sign of having handled a firearm. To back up this claim, a forensic scientist was brought in to explain the findings in detail. The right hand of Cortland Henry contained no particles characteristic of residue, while the left hand had 1 particle of residue and one with 2 components. The expert testified, When asked to clarify, the expert confirmed that this indicated residue was indeed present on Bortland's hands. YNW Bortland was clearly disturbed by this revelation, which may be why he's remained silent on all social media platforms since Melly's original trial. When the mistrial was granted for Melly, a report surfaced revealing that Bortland had posted a cryptic message the very same day. He tweeted, "Mind games don't work on people like me," leaving many to wonder if the message was a direct response to the accusations and the tension surrounding the case. Bortland's cryptic tweet, which included a handshake emoji, seemed like a subtle acknowledgement of some unspoken deal. It's possible that his attorneys advised him to remain quiet until Melly's sentencing, as the prosecution plans to have both Mariah Hamilton and Bortland testify against Melly. In a related turn of events, Mariah Hamilton was arrested for skipping Melly's first trial. For the first time, she finds herself behind bars at Broward County Jail, with no prior arrest record. She was taken into custody by U.S. Border Patrol agents at Miami International Airport after arriving on an international flight. Court documents reveal she was ordered to testify in Melly's 2023 trial. However, Hamilton was able to strike a deal with the judge, resulting in her release from jail. Mariah Hamilton expressed her gratitude on Facebook, writing, "To my village, thank you to my village. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." After this, the judge made a direct offer to her. "If you agree to testify against Melly, you're free to go." Without hesitation, Hamilton agreed. This development is a significant blow to YNW Melly, as investigators discovered troubling evidence on her iCloud account. The evidence points to Melly allegedly pressuring her not to testify, adding more weight to the prosecution's case. This is considered witness tampering, which can result in a life sentence, regardless of Melly's guilt in the deaths of Sack Chaser and Juvie. The state filed 6 new charges against Melly and 2 others, including tampering with a witness and conspiracy to commit tampering. Some of these charges carry life sentences. The witness tampering case is separate from Melly's original case, but due to tampering on jail phones, he's been denied phone access for almost a year. His mother even did an interview exposing the jail for preventing him from using the phone or viewing his mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't.
If the claims of Melly using jail phones for witness tampering are true, it explains why he's been denied access to phones. The federal authorities likely have solid evidence to support these allegations, because if they didn't, denying Melly phone access could lead to a costly lawsuit. However, this is the point where Melly's legal team stepped in, arguing for his release. They began by referencing his mother's interview, where she stated that he isn't being treated like a human in jail, which is illegal. The judge then asked how it felt to hear Melly's statement, in which he expressed being hurt and scared for his life from a mother's perspective. "It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless," Melly's mother said, emphasizing the need for an investigation into the Broward Sheriff's Office. She pointed out how they seem to be making their own rules, with no regard for fairness. Despite attempts to go to court over Melly's mistreatment, the judge had no authority over the jail, as they had already held a hearing about it. The sheriff's office, she claimed, operates by its own set of rules.
Saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to.
Melly's lawyers presented evidence that no firearm was found, suggesting it was a drive-by, where the guilty party would have driven off with the weapon. The new judge was shown this key evidence. The prosecutors countered with a text message from Melly's phone, sent hours after the crime, admitting his involvement. Which side do you think has stronger evidence?
The part where he's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
On Melly's phone, a saved video was discovered from a Facebook Live, showing Melly and Bortland reacting to the crime just 6 hours after it happened. In the video, Melly appeared upbeat and positive, showing no remorse for the deaths of his 2 best friends. The dog still turned regardless of what happened, he said, suggesting he wasn't affected by the events. In a new twist, a rogue member of YNW Black revealed that Melly's possible motive for the crime was his reluctance to share finances with other YNW members.
Easy Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
This secret was something Melly shared with King Von, but sadly, Von passed it along to members of YNW Black before his death. Since YNW is a registered LLC, Melly and Bortland made money through concerts, merchandise, and music sales. That money was deposited into the YW Business Bank account. Sackchaser and Juvie, however, allegedly wanted a share of the profits despite contributing nothing. Now, you might wonder how much money remains from Melly's music career. It recently went viral when Melly's mother announced she started a fans account while he's on trial. This caught massive attention online, even prompting DJ Academics to comment on the situation.
Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was 2 friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put that, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his 2 friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still?
While DJ Academics insists it's not about the money, social media seems to have a different view. In a No Jumper interview from 2 years ago, Adam, B. Slime, and Jamie King discussed Melly's financial situation. Adam mentioned to Melly's mom that he assumed Melly must have spent a significant amount on lawyers, while his brother Bamey called out Melly for spending on frivolous purchases. He spent a lot of money on things that shouldn't have been spent on, like cars and jewelry, Bame said. Why are you buying jewelry when you're not even here to wear it? Adam agreed, adding, lawyers are probably the best thing to spend on, but it's clear he didn't prioritize that.